Your child held it together all day at school. Then they walked through the door and everything fell apart. And everyone around you says the same thing. Well, they were fine at school, so what's going on at home? Here's what most people get wrong. Hi, I'm Christine from the STEM Reset. I raised 3 neurodivergent kids through more than a few of these exact evenings. And what I want to share today is the explanation nobody gave me early enough. Because once you understand what's actually happening, everything about how you respond changes. Here's what most people get wrong. They think home is the problem. It's not. Home is the only place your child can finally stop holding it together. At school, they're working so hard. Sit still, follow the rules, stay focused, don't stand out. They're managing everything all day, and that takes energy, a lot of it. By the time they get home, they're done. Not a little tired, done. That's when you see the meltdowns, the resistance, the snapping over something small, the shutdown that seems to come from nowhere. Not because they're choosing it, but because they don't have anything left. And this is the part that nobody really says out loud. Your child isn't falling apart at home because home is failing them. They're falling apart because it's the only place they feel safe enough to do so. That behavior, it's not disrespect, it's release. Your home is doing something the school cannot. It's giving your child permission to be a person, to let down the performance, to stop managing, to just fall apart in a place where falling apart is safe. That is not a failure. That is trust. But here's where it matters. Just because it makes sense doesn't mean we ignore it. Because if we respond the wrong way in that moment, we make it worse. And most of us, myself included, respond the wrong way. Not because we're bad parents, because we're exhausted too. We've also had a full day, and we walk in the door hoping for calm, and instead we get the explosion. So our instinct is to correct it, to explain why it's not okay, to ask, why are you acting like this? And in that moment, this is exactly the wrong question. Because right then, they are not in a state where they can answer it. The thinking brain is offline. What actually helps in that moment is so much simpler. Lower your voice, reduce your words, give space before direction. You're not trying to control the behavior. You're helping their brain come back online. What's happening at home when your child falls apart is the same thing that's happening at the desk when learning shuts down. A nervous system that's been managing too much for too long, finally finding a place to let go. And the question isn't how do you stop it? The question is, what does this brain need right now? That question is where everything starts to change. Not just at the door when they get home, but everywhere. If you've been in those moments where you're not sure what to do when this is happening, I've put together a free guide called the STEM Reset Starter Kit. It helps you recognize what state your child is actually in and gives you some simple tools to try in those moments, instead of the ones that make it worse. Download it free. It's in the link below. In the next video, we're going to talk about the system your child walks into every day, why it works for most kids, and why for neurodivergent kids, it often asks them to change who they are just to get through the day. That one's next. We'll see you there.